RC family here. Man, I'm about to show y'all how to extend your engine life. It's kind of more of a unspoken rule of how to make your nitro engines last throughout the year of racing and bashing. So y'all stay tuned. Let me flip it around so y'all can see. Okay. Okay. Now everybody know. Well, I just got my engines back from an engine modifier, Learning Mods. These are my R5, my 521, my 521 Sport Reds engines. I just got them back in from a modifier, Learning Mods out of Georgia. Just hop skipping away. Okay, but y'all know, just from doing RC videos and doing nitro videos, how to make your engines last, y'all, so we know how to, run your, keep your engines oiled with after run oil. You know how we heat them up when we get ready to crank them up. First crank, just to make it easier on you. Have the head heater and your heat gun to keep your engines, get your engines up to temperature quick. We know I always run a quality air filter and also run a good quality fuel, 10R fuel, like I have here. Okay, we know those things pretty much. These are things that you really need to do to have a good, healthy engine life and good engine lifespan. So from there, it's also techniques, or either you even can, what I have found out just racing and bashing, I found out like the beginning of the year, get you a good quality engine. I got two because I run buggy and truggy, but if you don't run two classes, just get you a good quality engine. Like this Reds 521 is a good budget friendly, good quality engine that you can start off the year with. See, if you start off the year with a good quality engine, that way, racing or bashing, you know that you're good as far as getting going, fresh engine, just getting a good tune on it, and you good, from beginning of the spring, or whenever you really start into really running your cars, you're good at that point. Okay. Once you get your engine, you can run it to about half of the season of racing or bashing, and then once you get to about halfway of the season, go ahead on and save up in that time span. Save up your money to about mid-season race season, or either mid-bash season, or either when you come to a point where your engine is starting to kind of lose compression. I would start really putting money back to get another engine that just give you two engines. So once the engine you started with, go get weak or start losing compression, you can use the engine that got gallons on it, that's already been ran. You can use this as a backup engine, and also you can send this off. If you got a good quality engine motor, get this sent off and get their piston and sleeve resized, repinched, freshened up. This is what I did with these. So now, since they are freshened up, and before you send it off, you also can use this first engine for your racing and your practice engines. When they start losing compression, you can swap it to your racing and your bashing and your practice engines. And once you get your new engine, once you go ahead on spend the money, get you a new engine. Okay, Now you can run your newer engines for big races, or if you have designated bash events you go to run and bash drag race, you can save your fresh brand new engine for those events and still use the engine that's kind of low on compression but still run good. You can still use this as a backup again, or at that time you can send this off to your engine model to get it refreshed, freshened up, and once you get it back in, you still have an engine ready, and that's going to put you where you have a good quality backup engine where you can run in your club races, or you can just do good local bash events, or you just can have a good quality, good compression backup engine if you do it this way. So that way you will save up, and then if you want to go send it off to a modder, pretty much the modders now these days to get your engine refreshened up, if there's nothing wrong with your bearings or anything like that, just to get a good resizing back on that piston and sleeve, it's probably going to cost you maybe $20, $25 just to do a good resizing of the piston and sleeve. Because I know with these two, I use Murner Modifieds. He's out of Georgia, and he charged me $55 to freshen both of these up. So now I got two basically brand new engines, great compression on both. They've been refreshed, and I still have my big race, my newer engine that I use for big races right here ready. So I got basically now I have a good big race engine that I run at the big races. That's what I'm calling the big race engine. And then I have two qualities backup engines that I could race, like my club races or either my regional races, the races that I don't not really going to like a big event, like I would use this for a big event. I have good backups. I can practice with this or use these again for just mid, I can say like I said, regional races or club races, and I still have good quality engines. So you're really not losing, you're really gaining, and the only thing you're spending out is just to get your piston and sleeve resized. And you all this way you it's like kind of also like cycling your engines. This way you always have a backup, and you always have an engine that you don't have to run at regional races, smaller races. You have one that you can run at a smaller race, or either bash out there in the yard with without messing your good engine up that you want to run at big, important events that you really want to, put your best stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps you cycling your stuff. And then if you still up on that, got a backup. And then if you have, okay, once these get, resized and get refreshed and ready to go, and if you still have any older engines like I have right here, my older engines, they're also Murner Modified, modded these back in the day, but these are my older engines. So by me recycling and keep my engines fresh in this cycle, I can say cycle of engines that I have, from my newest to my backup, and now I have, just having older engines around to my older engine. I also sent this off to get refreshed, and now these are good. So by me using this method and this kind of unspoken rule of how to make your engines last, now with these two, now I have two good engines, good compression on my older engines to just, if I want to just practice with these, I can just practice with these with good and still have two good quality engines just to practice and bash with if I want to, and still have good quality engines, fresh and good backup engines to do my regional races and my club races with. And I still have, with good compression, good run time, my brand new engines here. My brand new engines designated just for the big events, like race time events, like nationals, like if I want to do Silver State, if I want to do DNC, I have, my good engines for those big races, AMS, Wicked Weekend, stuff like that. So I wouldn't have to touch these for real until I want to, and I can put the after run oil in these, let them sit up, seal them up, and they'll be ready to go when I'm getting ready to pull them out. And still have two good backups here. And if it's a situation where these engines, some happen with these, I still have a backup for those. You know what I'm saying? So this is just like an unspoken rule that just keep this in mind. If you just start off first, like I said, get you one engine and run it to mid-season, then you come back with your new engine, and you just run that new engine for your big races, and just use the engine that was kind of, by that time of mid-season, it might have lost a little bit of compression, and the engine tune may be kind of finicky because it's been a lot of gallons been ran through it. So at that time, I would send it to a good engine marter just to get it freshened up, repinched, get the sleeve resized, and save this for a good backup for your new engine, and run these as your smaller events or smaller bass sessions that you do out in the yard with your friends. It just gives you a backup, and you always have you won't have to be running your best stuff when you're just doing regional or smaller events or club races or smaller bash events. And you always have an engine. Like I said, if you got older engines that's just sitting around, you can also send those off to get repinched and get them freshened up. And you can strictly use your older engines just for your practices and bashing. And if you want something, you got to tune something on your cars that you don't want to use your good stuff, you still have two fresh just to do stuff like that with. So it's just a good way to keep up on your stuff, keep your stuff operating. We spend good money on these engines, so it's always be a good idea just to keep them in the best shape you can and use them so you won't be using your stuff and wearing your stuff out, if you can prevent it. So this just a little, like I said, this just a little system that I've used and came up with, and always worked, and always put me in a position where if something happened to your good stuff, you always have a good backup, reliable engine ready to go with good pinch. You just bolt it in and you ready to rip. So that's just the process, man. Just like an unspoken rule, I just wanted to share this with my Nitro family, my RC family, so you can always have some good running engines in any situation. Alright, this EKJ 24,000. Appreciate it. Want to drop this video. Y'all stay tuned. I got some more interviews coming up. Remember just to like, subscribe, give me some comments of what y'all think about this video. And again, if you ain't ripping, you tripping. Actions speak louder than words. Let them haters be your motivators. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Hey.